Attribution, attribution, attribution. This is probably the most fun part of the core curriculum, understanding attribution. Now, what is attribution? I'm gonna give you the only real definition that Google will not give it to you. Attribution was a metric invented by direct response advertisers in order to steal credit for a work they haven't done in order to get paid for another month. I'm going to say it again. Attribution is a metric invented by marketers and advertisers in order to steal credit for a job they haven't done in order to show good numbers and get paid for another month. Now, I'm gonna dive deep into what this actually really means. So when you go to the ads manager, I've shown you in the anatomy of the ad, and we're gonna talk about this when we create the ads again. You have there different attribution models, which basically means there was one day click and 1 day view, 7-day click, 1 day view. And what they actually really freaking means. So 1 day click, 1 day view means I want Facebook to attribute and populate only the data from the people from the people who take action the moment they see the ad and the same day. So I want good data. I want data like people see the ad, they take the action. 7-day attribution means I want Facebook to populate any data and learn from events that occur or clients even up to 7 days after they engage with my ad. Which basically means if somebody sees my ad today and they don't buy anything for the next 6 days and suddenly miraculously from somewhere a purchase or a lead occurs into my ecosystem, I want you to attribute it to Facebook and I want that to appear in my ads manager. So now, I'm gonna go back to 1 day attribution. So let's say you have 100 leads this month and you used 1 day attribution. And we say 30% or 30 leads out of the leads in your ecosystem are actually leads who took action right away. So you go to Facebook Ads Manager and you see 30 leads only, but in your ecosystem there are like 100 because the other 70 leads took them 3 days, 4 days, 5 days. So now your cost per lead in Facebook looks horrible. You're like, oh my God, I'm paying $10 per lead and I only have 30. And the other 70, well, they came from my organic efforts. They came through my website. I don't know. I'm very good on YouTube. Blah, 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 blah. But if you had it set up to learn and populate and take credit for 7-day attribution, all the 100 leads will appear in Facebook. Now the numbers in Facebook look great and you're like, oh my God, Facebook is bringing me so many leads. And now you attribute to your mind that Facebook has done all the work, right? But where it actually gets very tricky is the following. You are not in the business of making Facebook numbers looking good. I'm gonna say this again. You're not in the business of making Facebook numbers good. That's what bad advertisers do. if I want to make the Facebook numbers look good for my clients to get paid again another month, I can manipulate those numbers with attribution. Or there's other ways. But if the client doesn't understand that, then you might lose them, which I'm more happy to do. I'm talking as an agency. But what matters here is to understand that you know what attribution actually means. So now where it really gets funky is when you have multiple channels, right? So now I'm going to give you a very interesting example. I even have to write this down while I'm talking. So let's say you're running a lead generation campaign, all right? And you set up your ads to 7-day attribution. 7-day attribution, right? So which basically again means that if somebody engaged with the ad and in the next 7 days becomes a lead, Facebook is gonna take credit for it and it's gonna appear in the ads manager. But then you also have email marketing. Now, email marketing also has attribution settings. And if you hire an email marketing agency or email marketing person who works for you, the first thing that person does is increasing the attribution so they can take as much credit as they can to make you happy and they get paid. Which it is okay because we know business owners just want to see the results, right? And if you try to explain them attribution, that the numbers that they see does not reflect the business growth, you're gonna lose the client. So I don't blame them. But what happens is you go to your active campaign, MailChimp, Klaviyo, whatever you're using, Mailgun, and you need to go in the settings. And let's say many email providers automatically are set up on 5-day attribution, right? So now I'm gonna keep it simple with 2 channels. So John sees Ivan's ads and he's like, let me become a lead, or let me go to the website. Then the website says, 10%, whatever. So John gives his details, right? And John enters into your email marketing now. He's into your email software, right? So let's say John saw your ad, interacted, but then 3 days later, John becomes a lead, right? And John books a call with you. But the same day, when John entered in the email marketing and he booked the call, right, or he completed the purchase, the email marketing reported a sale too. So what happens is John signed up for your ad and John immediately received an email. John is opening that email, right? And the attribution in the email settings are saying, if John do from this point anything else takes action in the next 5 days, we going to attribute that to that specific email, right? So now what happens is you go to your stats and you have 2 leads. One that came from Facebook and one that came from email. But in your cash register or in your lead CRM, you have 1. So, and the email person is fighting with the ads person. No, my email contributed to that lead, take certain action. The Facebook guy says, no, it's my ad that brought that person there, right? So do you understand what actually attribution does when it's not set up correctly, when the business doesn't work together to grow the business, but all the marketeers that are involved are just trying to get as much credit as they want. Now I'm going to give you a more complex example. Let's say you have a $7 course to sell. John is seeing your Facebook ad, which is set up on 7-day attribution, and he gets to the ad, he gives his credentials, but he doesn't buy. Right? Now, the moment he gave his credentials, he entered in your email marketing. Now the email marketing starts kicking in. So we're creating campaigns, right? We send him welcome, then we have automatic pilots running in the back. But then also, John saw the ad, opened the email, but also followed you on social media. So now he started interacting with your accounts, right? So now we have another channel, organic social media, right? Then John also landed on your website because the ad sent him there, right? So now you have Google Analytics installed on that website, which you should do. Now, Google also has a Google search tracking and Google Analytics about landing pages and numbers. So now if Google is set up on 5 or 7 days attribution, let's say it's 5-day, and now John is every single day seeing your ads again because he interacted with the ad and the algorithm is bombarding with your ads, then the algorithm is pushing him your organic content as well, right? So he's seeing more of your organic content. He's also receiving your emails, right? Plus, he visited your website once or twice, and then by day 4 of John being bombarded from every single possible site, John decides to buy a $7 course from you. Now what happens is the sales gets reported in Facebook because it happened in 7 days. The email gets reported in Facebook. The sale gets reported via email because it's in the 5-day attribution. The sale appears in Google Analytics. So you say, oh, it's an organic search that just came to my page. And let's say John actually, when he decided to purchase, he actually went to your Instagram account and DM you, I'm ready, and then you send him a ManyChat automation, and now you say, no. John came from the ManyChat automation. He's organically, like he is not from the ad sale. Yeah, right. And now you have the Facebook guy, the email person. I said Facebook guy, doesn't matter. The email person, you, the organic or your social media manager, the guys who run your CEO and Google, all fighting who needs to take credit for the $7 purchase. Because everybody is going to report into their reports a sale. Because they all want to look good in front of the business owner or in front of you. But in your cash register, in your bank account, they're only $7. They're not 37. So that's why attribution is bad, and understanding attribution is crucial. So nobody plays with you, and nobody gives you wrong statistics. As you grow team, and I hope very soon you're gonna grow team like I have, and you're gonna have to explain them these things. So when they all make decisions, they all come with a clear mind that it doesn't matter who takes credit for the sale. It matters is that we got the sale, and how are we going to now get more money out of this purchase? And it's not like, the email I sent on Wednesday got the sale. But yeah, but how did that person enter into your email, mademoiselle? Right? So, an attribution can be way more complex than this. More channels you use. I was forced to turn out extremely successful ads because the business owners thought that all the sales come organically, even though I tried to explain attribution, and I got sacked, and then their business dumped. I've seen this so many times. People stopping their ads because most of the sales come via email, and then the sales in the email just poof, vanish once they stop the ads. But the reason I'm telling you all of this is that understanding attribution is crucial. Now, when you know what attribution actually means, you want in every one of your channels to populate and let them learn from the best data out there. And the best data is one day view, one day click, because these are the best people for your business. They saw your stuff and they bought it immediately without too much. Now, moving from 7-day attribution to 1-day attribution is also a money talk and a money issue. So when you have a small budget, you can't really go for 1-day attribution because you don't have enough money and enough data to populate Facebook with data to learn from. But as soon as you get successful and your ad account starts scaling and you're spending at least $500,000 a day and you're selling stuff, you definitely highly recommend it is to move to 1-day attribution. It's not because you're not going to get sales from all the other channels, but you're just going to say, well, I don't care about how the numbers look in Facebook because I know the sales are coming, but I'm just going to get the best data possible into the machine because I want Facebook to learn and bring me the people that take action immediately. Then you set up the same for your email, your Google, all the other channels. And when you see your numbers, they don't duplicate and they don't overlay. If you have a 1-day email sale and that email went on the 3rd day and the person buy it from the email, only the email is going to report the sale. So you have a clear data to understand like which email actually freaking worked, right? But again, this is not a big issue or a big thing until you start spending more money. And once you get and scale your budget for success, you want to set up your whole business on 1-day attribution just so you can have a clear data in every single one of your channels is learning from the best data possible so it can give you the best results possible. Most of the time you stay just to 7-day click, and it doesn't matter. And to be honest, when you run small budgets, it doesn't matter. You need the data in Facebook, you need the data in the email, you need these platforms to study and learn from real-time data. But as soon as you have this mindset and you understand what is happening and you make decisions according to what's happening in your cash register, you're fine. You have no problem. You understand it. And that's why this lesson is so valuable, and I hope so it makes sense. And if you have any questions, just reach out, ask me, and let's have a chat. So, see you in the next lesson.